This episode of the Devinwade Show is brought to you by Shoebox Money Clothing. Make sure to follow Shoebox Money Clothing on Instagram at Shoebox Money Collection. Bet on yourself and stay solid.
Go to work, bitch. Go to work, bitch. Go to work, bitch. Go to work, bitch. Tell a nigga pull that cash out, pull that bag out. I'ma bust it wide open, yeah, make him pass out. Why you bitches always hating? What the fuck you mad about? Let your nigga put it in, I'ma turn his ass out. I ain't mean to let him eat it, it's just something laugh about. Bitches living with their mama in a halfway house. Girl, you halfway in and you halfway out. And my stomach all flat, but my ass way out.
Hey. Oh, I was real high.
Oh my God, I love that song. Twerk my ass. Woo! What up, though? Welcome to the Devinwade Show. I am your DJ, Chelsea Lee, and I'm going to send you over to the host, DevNasty.
What up? I am your host, DevNasty, a.k.a. Dangerous DevNasty, a.k.a. Choke Your Mama, a.k.a. Choke Your Pop Out. That song right there was super crazy, and it's by Tinka Bella. It's called Go to Work, and
Fire.
They definitely was just going to work on that joint just now.
Fire.
You know what I'm saying? Chelsea Lee had the instant moans popping.
Yeah, like, I wish it was longer. I wasn't ready to do the intro. Like, I was like, I want to keep...
So it's called Go to Work, but it's about yerks.
Yeah.
And what is a yerk?
I mean,
from Tinka Bella.
The way
Her
that
Is this a yerk with the P?
hold on.
It's the yerk.
While we showing out, she got these real expensive sweats on. She's showing off the yerk all crazy.
Showing off the yerk.
We got our yerk, one of our yerk
Let's
queens.
see these yerks
Hold on,
sitting
we got a yerk. Our yerk queens have returned. They
Our
are
OGs.
back. They are back.
Perfect song.
You know, before we introduce the Nasty Girls, you know, we got to do our little tradition. You know what I'm saying? All the way to my far left, we have the man, the myth, the legend himself, Puerto Rico's own, Camden's own, Puerto Rich, the Thurman Street Pump.
Shout out to the people, man. We
Hello.
here.
What up, Porter?
It's the calm on the day. It's the calm before the storm.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
He about the wild out. You know what I'm saying? He about the wild out. Look
I'm
at
nervous.
him.
No, we here. We got. Listen, we started off with a great vibe. You see the vibe, baby.
Yes.
I mean, whenever I'm hitting moves and I start hitting y'all with a little bit of the
And you looking busky a little. You looking a little busky.
Don't
you been
do
doing
that.
push-ups and shit. You know
I
what
mean, I'm back on the pull-up bar. You know,
Okay.
my arm was out of commission for a minute, for a couple months. My elbow was,
I'm asleep.
And now, see, listen, Wiley
now-
never want to give us credit, you know what I'm saying, ever. But you see the shoebox money across the chest real heavy.
back on the pull-up rack.
You know what I
I'm
mean? This
eating good,
episode
you know what I mean?
sponsored by Shoebox
we
Money
give it up.
Collection, the Shoebox Money Company. Yo,
Yeah,
man.
Shoebox Money. Shout out to Shoebox Money. We know all about that. Shout out
Yeah.
to Shoebox Money and shout out to my dogs that still fill the shoeboxes up crazy.
And make sure that y'all go to the Instagram at Shoebox Money Collection. To the right of Puerto Rich, we have, she must be wearing these pants to absorb moisture of some kind because it's kind of like expensive rug
Real.
turned into sweat. But
Right.
it's like the sweats are inside out, but they're not.
Right.
I don't know.
They're not inside out, but they give you that. First of all, they're like for the winter time. I'm like sweating in these low key.
Okay.
But I like these because they're super soft. They're from
they
Kid.
nice.
I love these. They're a vibe. Shout
They
out
nice.
to, Shoebox
Shoebox Money.
Money. Shout out to them. We're always ready.
Okay,
you know.
so there's a yerk in there, you said?
There's definitely a yerk.
Okay.
Yeah. How does the yerk feel in
she
there since
said-
you're trying to show it off? How does the yerk feel in these
The
expensive
yerk feels
fuzzy boys?
great.
The yerk feel it's good for the
The
fuzzy boys.
yerk looks super fat, like she said. And these sweats.
You already know they're gonna be in the comments like, stand up, Wally, stand up.
That
stand
yerk-
up.
Wait, is
Hello.
the yerk is it like the chicken thigh of your...
No, the yerk is just your ass. It's another name for the ass.
It's
It's
that,
the booty.
It was the part you just grabbed.
This part?
Yeah, that.
It's so heavy, you gotta...
Lift that thing up. Lift that thing up.
And that, of course, is the water park herself, our fashionista, Waleska D.
Hello. I'm here today. I'm super energized.
Yo, everybody's so energized right
It's
now.
that
You know what I'm
song, Dev. That song, like, go to work.
saying? Go to work.
Yeah.
And
Go
that's
to
what
work.
we're here for.
Yeah.
We working.
Yeah.
That's what we came to do.
We with you.
We
Working.
gotta bring her. We gotta bring her on the show one day because she's a live wire in real life. You know what I'm saying? How she was in that video, that's how she is. But also, before we introduce the best DJ in the world, we have our OG nasty girl, Sin City, in the building. And y'all been waiting for this for a long time.
Very long.
My inbox been filled for months. For months. Those comments been ringing for months. They've been asking for their white girl back.
Go to work. Go to work.
They've been asking, where's that white girl? Where's that white girl? Well, she has returned. Cocaina herself. Yes. Angelina has returned. Say what's up to the people, Angelina.
Hey y'all.
She's back. But before we get started, you know what we got to do before every episode? We got the greatest DJ in the world, DJ Chelsea Lee. You got to start us off with an ill motherfucking moan on 3. 1, 2, 3.
She gave a kiss.
Yo, that came from different angles.
That moan was definitely
that sounded like a couple chicks at once.
Yeah, that's a February moan.
That's Gemini in your ear.
That moan was filled with love.
That joint was crazy. Today we're gonna talk about some strange fears and phobias, and try to, you know, all this show really is about at the end of the day is us getting to know each other better and the public getting to know us, because we talk about everything. You already know we bare our souls, our personal business, all that type of stuff. So we're going to be talking about phobias in general, strange phobias, but I'm going to get to some of the phobias of the cast. But while, you know, as I was thinking about all of the phobia shit, I started like looking shit up, Wally, and I'm like super surprised by some of the phobias that exist.
I just got like the hair sticking up on my freaking arm because I'm thinking about it, and it's like making me itch.
Listen, whatever phobia Chelsea has that I don't know
is vicious.
Right now, she didn't even want to do this episode. She didn't even want to talk about it. She was like, it's going to ruin my day. It's going to do this, do that, to even talk about it.
Because of her phobia?
Yeah.
Wow.
So before we get to that, I looked up some phobias, and I can't believe that some of these even fucking exist. So it's one called Amaxophobia, and it's the fear of mirrors. Seeing yourself in a reflection, period, or seeing reflections in things.
So basically, if we're looking at this, there's a TV in front of us,
Yes.
and my reflection's here, they will be freaked out.
I know
You're
it's a
fucked
fact. I know it's a fact that people suffer from that and don't even know it, what it's called. I know it's a fact. It's a lot of people that walk past the mirror and they not happy. And
That's something. Well, yeah, that get into a whole deeper thing. You might have to have a.
they duck it. It's like, but for real, that's deep.
Yeah,
You
no, it's
ever
crazy.
seen on Maury that there's people that have a phobia of aluminum foil,
I did see some nut shit like that before.
and they made like these little like creature looking things in the aluminum foil and had these people come out, and they didn't know that this was occurring, and these people freaked the fuck out and literally like ran off the stage. Like they were that scared of aluminum foil.
And clowns.
Oh yeah, that's
Clowns is a big one.
I know people that are afraid of clowns.
I'm clowns.
Yeah, but like you talking about clown ass niggas. you talking about clown ass niggas, or you talking about makeup on? Because you know what?
No, I'm talking about just clowns, period. Yeah, that's why a lot of times I don't be in places and I don't go certain shit.
Oh my God.
I got a clown phobia.
Nah, I don't know if y'all ever saw this, a movie back in the day, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. There was like these like vicious looking. I can see maybe if a person's, or it, you know, we talked about
different.
It totally different. That's super out of pocket type shit. You know what I'm saying? But there's another one. It's called ephebiphobia, and it's the fear of teenagers.
And what's it called?
Ephebiphobia.
Ephebi?
So
where the fuck is these names coming from?
I'm not a scientist, God.
Ephebi? Like, who the fuck is Ebby?
But wait, is it the fear of seeing them or becoming one?
No, no. It's like fear of adolescents or teenagers. Like when they see teenagers, they get scared. And they said that it's related to teenagers being unpredictable or something like, but people have a legitimate fear of them the way they would of seeing a stray dog.
Right, and spiders.
Yeah, like how crazy that would be. I never heard of that shit. I was like, wow.
Now that's deep.
Now, this one makes a little bit more sense. It's called somnophobia, and it's the fear of initiating sleep. So it's like it's the fear of going to sleep. So you know how like babies will fight sleep like crazy? It's like having that, but as a grown person.
Wow.
But I was like,
I think I could have that too.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, you have that when you be like nodding off and you catch yourself falling.
Y'all think I'm trying to be funny? Like I like going to sleep quick, easy.
So you don't like falling to sleep.
I have trouble.
But wait, there's a difference between having trouble and being afraid.
Yeah, no, it's afraid of going to sleep. It's almost like a motherfucker. So when I look deeper into it, because at first I thought, do they think they're going to die or something like that? Do they think that when they go to sleep, they're going to die? It actually comes from, and a lot of times, the thing we talked about, sleep paralysis. People that get sleep paralysis are afraid, like they know that's going to happen to them. So they be like, man, I don't
already
want to get
talked
that
about
shit.
this. Come on.
So now I can understand how that would take place, because I've definitely had nights where I kept having it to the point where I was like, fuck this, and just got
Stood
up
up.
and started doing some shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Wow.
not.
That's
not
why I
fucking
gotta
with it.
take my medication to go to bed. I got to. Like
Which is?
Mary Jane.
I just wanted to put
She
that out
wanted
there.
you to talk about your motherfucking medicine cabinet, nigga.
No, I'm on cannabinoidisms.
Oh, okay.
It's like-
I just wanted him to say it.
Isms.
Nah.
Isms.
Nah, Wally always try to put my shit on Fun Street, man.
It's because Dev, I watch him do all this shit. I
I
watch him
don't-
roll before he go to bed. I see him do all that. I see him look at himself in the mirror, and
Kids.
he might have that mirror one.
Oh, word?
Kids, listen.
He don't be liking what he sees sometimes.
Kids, y'all
Oh, no,
see-
that's because the reason why he don't like what he sees is because you always body shaming us. Fuck
No,
out of
listen,
here.
I love what I see. I love what I see because I'm a real nigga and I look in that shit and I be like, nigga, you ain't that motherfucker. You ain't top of the line, so you better hustle like a motherfucker. I love what I see. I be like, nigga, you better get the hustling.
Yo, it's another one though. This joint is weird because this came with time and technology and shit like that. And the shit is called Nomophobia, and it's the fear of losing your smartphone. But it's a real thing.
I think that is a thing.
It's a real thing
Yeah.
because people have gotten to the point where their phone is their brain.
Hello.
They can't count without it, add without it, know anything without it.
Preach,
the
King.
fact that they can't, you know what I'm saying? They can't find, they can't,
Contacts.
yeah, they can't.
You said that's the
find-
fear of losing your phone?
losing your phone or the battery dying is called nomophobia.
Wow.
A real thing that people suffer from where they'll go crazy because that is their link.
Do
I
you
don't,
think
feel,
we?
I don't feel sorry for nobody.
They got names. These-
that got that. It's like we just too spoiled. If you lose it, you lose it. Life goes on. Like
But do you ever feel like?
I be scared to lose my phone and stuff.
But we might have it though. We just might not be aware because, like, God forbid, right, Chelsea? Just think about
No,
it.
I'm scared to lose my phone. I've lost my phone and I was freaking out. And then after 10 minutes, I'm like, you know what? I'm actually okay. When my phone comes in 2 days, I'm good. Like,
It's the first initial, like,
I don't want to lose my phone.
yeah, but if you do, what happens if everything technology shut down?
But
Like,
what if,
we
but
be okay.
what if, because we're a little bit older.
Thank you.
I'm the super old one, me and Rich. But
OG
what about the babies? Because you know something, like babies before they could talk now, they know how to touch the tablet or the phone.
Oh, yeah.
To go, thank you, to go where they want to go. So they were born with that being an extension of themselves. They
Yeah.
always had that contraption
But I
to
feel
rely on.
I feel like that's totally true. More for the younger people
Mm-hmm.
coming up, it might be harder for them. But I also think we enable so many things that people just act like it's a crutch. Oh, I'm gonna be stuck. I'm gonna be frozen. Like life, it's okay. Life goes on. You're not going to die, or nothing terrible is going to happen if you lose your phone, unless you're somewhere and you can't get in contact with somebody and it's a scary situation. Of course, like that's real. Like I would have a phobia of if I got kidnapped and my phone just dies. That's the
Right.
time to be freaking the
Yeah.
fuck out.
But I think what they call that shit FOMO or something, the fear of missing
They're
out.
missing out.
Yeah.
So people probably got that with that too, because now you can't be contacted. People like even with me and my girl, like if we watching a movie, she'll check her phone throughout the movie. She'll be like, "Well, like, what about Christian? Like, what if he's trying to call us? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's very hard for people to put that down.
Right.
But this one is the craziest one, and then I'm gonna get into some of our shits. Phobophobia, and it's the fear of fear itself. It's niggas that's just afraid
To be
that they're
afraid.
going to be
Afraid.
and it becomes this manic thing that they suffer
And this one is
from.
called Phobo.
Phobophobia.
The first one was Nomo.
Nomo. Yeah.
These names are blowing me the fuck away.
Yeah, phobophobia.
Because if you notice, the name doesn't have anything to do with the actual topic of what the fucking phobia is about.
It might though, because it says phobia kind of phobophobia.
It does.
Because
It
the first
usually
one was
does.
Nomophobia. I thought
They
that,
got a reason for it somehow. They probably, the
and then
science
connected to
niggas.
the phone. I'm like, what the fuck, phone Nomo?
It's like prefixes and suffix.
Yeah, like she said, the
probably
prefixes
something.
might have some relation to that.
If you break the word down, like
Yeah.
everything means something.
Yeah.
Gotta get on my science shit, huh?
So I know what the people want to know. They want to know what some of our fears and things like that are. I want to start with motherfucking Puerto Rich.
Why we always gotta go here? But listen, nah, y'all definitely got phobias. I definitely got phobias.
Okay.
Look
pass.
at this.
My
nigga.
biggest because I want to talk about my biggest one. I want to talk about the best ones, and I'm only going to talk about two. One lightly, and then I'll say the main one that I think is the worst. But I definitely I'm claustrophobic, so I can't be in tight shit, tight spots. Well, that's the only thing.
Unless
tight.
it's what? Say it.
Well, that's the only
Say
thing.
it.
Unless it's some pussy.
Some
If
boss.
it's some pussy, because I'm not in
See?
there. I'm not in there. My guy
See?
is. And it's tight.
We always
It
got to
could
be fresh here. Devin Puerto Rich.
I know.
What?
I know.
Shout out to the you was just trying to hammer
Listen.
the mic. You was just trying to hammer the mechanical mic.
Listen,
We
listen.
live in a real mic.
Listen, when we listen back, who knows if we hear a splash coming through the fucking microphone? You feel what I'm saying?
Like crazy. Nasty boys, nasty girls.
Yeah.
You.
Come on now.
But anyway, back to my phobia. Yeah, I can't be in small shit and everything. And I pace, it'll get fucked up. But I can't be in that type shit. No type of situation like that where small cars, tight, anything, it'd be a problem. I gotta get out. But my biggest one, I think, and it's not really it's a fear, but I consider it like a phobia too, is fucking heights. And it's crazy. It's crazy for me because I do sometimes I be high as shit, but it's a different, it's a different kind of high. No bullshit. Right when I find the proper, the proper doctors out there, we be high as shit. It's a different kind of high though, because heights high, I can't fuck with,
Me
bro.
neither, bro. Real shit.
Listen, rides at amusement parks, bro. I used to try to do them when I was young. I stopped riding rides at a young age. And I'm talking about, I wasn't even knowing nothing crazy out there. I'm talking about people to know Clementon, shit like that. Nigga, I'm talking Sea Dragon, nigga. That shit ain't even go up that high. Yeah,
Wait, are you talking about the thing that goes
back,
like
yo.
it just swing. It just one of them joints that rock.
yo,
It
this
don't
is
go
hilarious.
It don't go upside down.
Yo.
It
None
just
of
go
that.
back and forth.
See,
But when it goes down, your whole stomach feels like
Yeah.
it's in your
I
ass.
can't fuck with
But just imagine that the Sea Dragon, for real, would be like a fucking real live pussy, like a bitch, compared to a lot of roller coasters
Yeah,
out there,
yeah.
and some of these other motherfucking attractions that deal with height and
Chelsea just got confused at what you were saying for a second.
I was like, so you're gonna fuck the ride?
no bullshit. It would just make them look like fucking punks,
Yeah.
because it's some shit out there.
Yeah.
So I could just imagine, and I see people that fucking skydive and all that shit, bro.
Nigga, the first time I got on a roller coaster, a Six Flags, dog, I literally, my mom tells this story to everybody. When I got off the ride, cause I got on the ride, and when it started tick, 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 I was like, no, I want to get off. I was little, I want to get off. And it was like, there's nothing we could do, little man. When that shit did what it did, when I got off the ride, as a little boy, I tried to fight the dude that ran the joint.
Yeah.
But you
And when
cry fighting like.
no. And then I was kicking the ride. They had to grab me over. I
Mad
was kicking
as
the ride.
hell.
I was a little kid, mad ass shit. My cousin had a ball on that joint right next to me. I was bitching, crying.
Yo, y'all ever seen that meme? I know everybody, especially our listeners, have seen this joint. I know y'all have seen it with the fucking, it's somewhere in fucking Asia. It's a video. And it's somewhere where like they walk across this like glass
Tightrope.
bridge and the shit start cracking, looking like it's breaking.
Yeah.
It's a bridge, and I'm telling you, they looking down. They high as shit, bro. And when I even see shit like that, I'm in my seat. Like, what the fuck, man? Like that shit. So I can imagine, like me being like too high. Even in buildings, bro. In buildings, I don't even like going to the windows.
Nah, I'm like
Like certain
that too,
buildings?
straight up.
Not even going to the windows.
That's
I can't
crazy
fuck with
because
it.
like my phobia is not really like that intense.
Yeah, my shit.
It's
Heights.
not.
I don't like
and
heights.
it's not like it's a feeling. It's more of like something I hear. Like I hate the noise, like the scratching noise, like on it could be on a floor, it can be on a chalkboard, anything
So Freddy
like
Krueger is like
a
Screeching.
like that.
Like
I don't
screeching.
Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, I don't like that. Makes me like it makes my hairs like just stick up. It's the weirdest thing. It's the noise. It's like the sound, the
So do
physical
you
sound.
so
I know what you're saying.
So I don't know if that would be considered a fear, or would it be if a person got it and they about to go to the board, or you were like afraid that sound is coming?
I don't want to say I'm afraid, but I do cringe.
Cause I don't know, cause I'll be debating whether these are fears or not too, like mice.
Right.
Like a mouse run across or some shit like that, you gonna see
Yo.
me and be like, "Dead pussy," because I'm
hopping off this
But the
couch.
thing is, it's
Not
not
me.
it's not a fear of them. They disgust me.
Right.
Like it's it's the crawly thing that you talking about, where
Mm-hmm.
it's like, ugh, that shit.
So do you think it's not a phobia, or do you think it's more of like a?
I don't know. What you think, Chelsea? You think that's a phobia?
I think a phobia is something that like really, really affects people. I think everybody has fears. I think we all can be
Yeah.
fearful of heights.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can have that fear unless, you jump out of planes or you're just not scared of heights. You go up in air balloons and all that stuff. Some people just don't have that fear. But I think most people are scared of heights, but they do roller coasters and stuff or whatever. But unless it's like really something that you are like deathly afraid of and you think about it all the time, I don't think it's a phobia. I think it's more of a fear. Because we can also psych ourselves into being more scared of something
Then
Right.
what?
than we really are.
So
'Cause
I tried to psych myself out of not being scared, Chelsea, right?
I did
I
that.
go to the Bahamas with my girl. Shout out to my girl Veronica Connie, if you know her as that. And I was trying to be a good sport because I feel like I ruin vacations and fun things because I won't get on the roller coasters. I'm the bag holder at fucking Great Adventures.
Right.
So she wants to go
Zip line?
parasailing. Right?
That's great.
So I don't want to do it, and then I agree to do it, and I ruined the whole experience for her. Because when I got on this motherfucking boat with these goddamn white people, and they had me on here, and this shit was rocking, and I was feeling sick, and everybody on there is just laughing and smiling. I'm like, yo, this shit crazy.
They like,
feeling
yeah.
topsy-turvy. So they like, you might as well go first or some shit like that. So they hook us up to the joint, and then they let the joint go. So now it's filled with air, you know what I mean? And then they basically like let the cord go. When that shit shot me in the motherfucking air, and I just watched that boat that I
Get
was
smaller?
just in get small. Yo, ask my girl, I was bitching the whole time up there. Fuck this. Yo, you can't see nothing but motherfucking water. Like if I'm
And what was
dead
this,
as
hot air
some
balloon?
Shark food. Nah,
It's kind
parasailing.
of like that. It's kind of like a parachute. It's that same type of effect,
Attached
but
to the boat.
without the fire.
It's white people using you as a motherfucking
Porter,
kite. It's
Porter,
a
you
kite,
been to
nigga.
Miami?
You're a kite.
You been to
Wow.
Miami,
You
Porter?
ever seen people in
No,
the
I
air?
haven't, Chelsea. I haven't.
They have like a little boat and then it has like a parachute kind of attached to it and you hang. So you're always attached to the boat. And then like when they want to reel you in, they just reel it back in. I
can't reel myself in?
No, you don't
No.
do it yourself.
No.
Yeah,
I was
I'ma pass
always
on that
scared
one.
of I was always scared of heights. But I think once I started like flying a lot, and I used to be scared of flying too, because I'm sure y'all watched that movie back in the day where on the wing there was an animal on the wing and he was tearing the wing off. The movie's been made over like 10 times. It was Twilight Zone, And then it was something else. This guy is having a dream while he's on the plane, and the plane is having turbulence, and he looks out the window, and there's this like animal ripping the wing off. And my mom used to make us watch freaking scary movies. She used to like torture us. Like she would be like, "Come in the
Your
room,
mom
I'm
is
watching
crazy.
Pumpkinhead."
We love your
or
mom.
Chucky. She would make us watch it and literally like force us. It's just a movie. So I would be so
It
scared.
was either Twilight Zone where they had the wing, or it was Final Destination where like everybody on the plane was supposed to die, and the people that lived were gonna meet a different fate, and they were all gonna die some way because they were supposed to die on that plane.
Once I started flying though,
That's my shit.
and I just decided not to think about it, I would just like, I would plan a trip and then I wouldn't think about it. Because usually I would plan a trip and my whole thinking is the flight there, you know, going to the airport. And I would just like to think of all these terrible things that can happen. And I was so scared to fly. And then I just started like booking the flight and not thinking about the flight. All I would do is think about when I'm there, what I'm
you're
going to
getting
do.
there.
So you change your mindset. And then the morning you have to leave or the night you have to leave, you just go to the airport. Don't think about it. And when you're in the airport, make a phone call. Like, just try not to psych yourself out and be scared. And probably it took me like maybe a year to get over it. And then I just started like saying, fuck it, I'm traveling. And now I'm really not that scared of flying, but I am really still scared of heights. But I love the zip line. You know, like I'll go zip lining anywhere.
I fly.
I don't know how you could be.
Because
Now-
if I'm on a balcony and it's like 40 stories high and I look over, I get that woozy, like I can't
Okay.
stand up feeling. When I do zip lining in Mexico, the scariest thing for me is going to the top. I literally can't look to where I'm going. I just have to like look at my feet, and sometimes you have to walk up steps to get to the top. I will crawl up the steps. And I will try to close my eyes just to get to the top because I know I'll psych myself out if I'm looking at how high I'm going. But if I'm just like, oh, it's going to be so fun when I'm actually on the zip line and look at your feet. Like, it's really, really mental when it comes to like being
not
over.
that bad though, because you're not
They
like
can be.
They can, but you're not going like this down.
But it's
You're
the
kinda-
height.
It's the height.
It's
Yeah,
not
but
the
it's not
speed.
like a roller coaster.
I'm not
No,
hanging
because that
from no
doesn't make
fucking
your
rope.
stomach hurt.
Yeah,
but
it
you still
doesn't,
have
but
to
you-
climb so high.
You
Fuck
still,
that.
yeah.
That's why
I
people
seen that
don't
movie.
do
What
it.
movie is that? When the guys they do that, they set the rope to try to like go across, and the one nigga his glasses fall off first, and you see his glasses fall off. This nigga wobbling and
You remember? Listen, this nigga remembers
sound like
he remembers
cliffhanger.
the details.
Nah, it wasn't cliffhanger. I forget what it was, but
So,
But can
it's too much for
can
me.
you finish explaining what did you do to Veronica that you ruined that romantic ass
because
parasailing moment?
I was up there bitching the whole time, cussing, mad as
Don't they
fuck,
take pictures of
complaining.
you?
Yeah,
All
we
the
couldn't even
pictures were
use them.
terrible.
All the pictures is me like
Mad as
the
hell.
whole time, yo. Couldn't use a one fucking
But
picture.
don't you think if you would have maybe like relaxed and just like
No.
focused on her, you could have.
focus
I'm
on her?
telling you.
I'm focused on, oh, we about to die.
But if you fall, you only gonna go into the water.
Only white folks think
Flying,
to kite
I don't
people
even
that
listen.
use people as kites.
when
YOLO.
Chelsea was mentioning like flying, I think because I fly, I don't really like flying. Not really like that much of a problem for me because I
Right.
could just stay away from the window. And even when I'm
Right.
at the window, like it's really just across, like it's clouds, it's
Right.
air.
It's
You're
not like
looking.
if the
Not
floors
looking-
was glass. On
No,
the
oh
bus-
yeah, fuck that flight. Now you fucking with me.
Yeah, but you ever look out of the window when you're like going up and you see like the Eagle Stadium getting smaller and smaller? I used to not be able
That's
to
what
do
I'm
that.
telling you.
I
don't.
made myself do that, and I'm not afraid of flying no more. I fuck with that. I have, because Chelsea's probably got the worst one because she was so scared. I have a super strange phobia that most people know about me, and it's called. I looked it up. It's called Amaxophobia, and it's the fear of driving.
Damn.
When
What's it
That's
called?
really a
Can't
phobia?
drive.
That's why you don't drive?
Amaxophobia.
Because you can't drive though.
I
Yeah,
had that.
yeah, because I'm afraid.
Why?
Yeah, but you're
No.
afraid because you never did it
No, I've driven before.
and you just can't drive.
Yo, I'm talking about the fear that other people feel when a gun is pointed in their face is what I fear when I'm in a car. The stomach, the everything
I
about
had that
it.
when you first get your driving lessons. The driver, the test was like, not the test, the driver came to pick you up. I don't know if y'all did that, the driving lessons. And then they say, get in the car. And I'm like, motherfucker, I don't even know how to do this. And they're just like, okay, they have, the brake on their side. So I understand what you're feeling when you say you're that scared, because that's how scared I remember that feeling in my stomach the first time I was on
I
Crescent
think-
Road.
Yeah, but
in
I
a car.
think when people got phobias, the extremes are not the normal nervousness that I hear that everybody says when they first drove.
Right.
For me, it's totally different. And one of the things about phobias that they say is a lot of phobias are like in your DNA. It's like genetic.
Right.
You know what I mean? So not only do I have that extreme fear, my mom has that extreme fear. Some of my other family members, like her sisters, have those extreme fears where they didn't start driving until they were fucking in their 50s and finally wanted to try to conquer it. And I've tried multiple times, multiple friends on me in a
Have you ever
Hellcat,
tried
always on my
shrooms?
back saying, I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna be the one to teach you how to drive. And I'll be like, fuck no. Shrooms, I'm not fucking with.
Listen, I've watched episodes. I watched stuff on Netflix and documentaries where people actually microdose and they hypnotize them and then they wake up and they're not scared of their phobia anymore.
I'm not fucking with no shrooms, Chelsea. Chelsea's answer to a lot of shit be like, shrooms. I'm not fucking.
It's natural.
A lot of things are natural. It's the poison. A lot of poisons are natural.
I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just saying there's ways that people can get over phobias if they want to. Not if it's in your DNA, if that's true. But I have watched a lot of experiments and read a lot of like stories with doctors and stuff. And like people that can't stop smoking cigarettes for like 10 years, they put them in a medical situation, give them some sort of psychedelic, and then they wake up and they're totally quit smoking. But I think it's like all on a case by case basis. Like people can be scared of stuff and then they snap out of it.
Like for me, when I first drove, after that, I couldn't even ride in the front seat. I still felt the feeling like I was driving.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Now I could ride in a car and you could whip that joint crazy, like drive like a madman. I don't give a fuck. It's more of the fear of controlling the vehicle. I feel like I'm gonna kill somebody on the motherfucking road. Like I'm driving around a big ass bullet and I'm just going to hit somebody.
So if there was a pilot and was like, I need a co-pilot.
A plane? Fuck no, that's crazy. That's super crazy.
Right.
Everybody's dead.
Nah, well, we've been
Fucking
to
do
you
that.
ain't drive. You ain't drove in years.
Yeah, I'm not fucking with that. You know what I'm saying? At all. I want to know, does the Nasty Girls have any weird phobias at all?
God, yes.
Step up to the mic all the way.
I'm afraid of like vomit. I can't see it. I can't smell it. I can't hear it. I can't know you did it. If I know you did it, I can't even look at you.
Miss throw up in the cup at the concert?
No, because I blacked out. So when I black out and when I physically do it, I don't remember. When Chelsea was like, you threw up, I was like, no, I didn't. That's how afraid I am of it.
She blacked out because she was like, I don't want to remember.
No,
Yeah,
and that's
crazy.
like, that's a thing. Like I black out like whenever like I personally do it. And I'm like the queen of like mental state. So when it comes to like me feeling like I have to, I know how to psych myself out of not doing it. That's how like afraid I am of it. Like I had a little get together once and my ex-boyfriend had came home and he's like, would you have a frat party? Because like this girl came to my house and she was lit up and she was throwing up in my bed and I was like in the corner in my closet like crying, freaking out. Yeah, like it was bad. Like I'm shaking talking about it right now.
Oh, shit.
Like, ugh.
A fear of throwing. I never heard of that. What's yours?
So actually, I wasn't able to drive for like 2 years. So I guess it was a phobia, but it was more like because I was like in a weird like car situation, and then like I just like couldn't drive, but I got over it. So I mean, literally, I had a car just sitting in a parking spot for like 2 years. I wouldn't get in my car. I wouldn't drive it. I was scared.
So you was in a car accident?
I was driving with really drunk people, and it was like traumatic.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they
yeah.
was wilding.
Yeah,
Yeah, because they
scary.
talk about fears that come from the difference between fears that people naturally have and some that come from something happening and connecting them. Because there's motherfuckers that's afraid of balloons. It's all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Like, all kinds of shit. So that's your only fear, you think?
I'm definitely not scared of heights. I'm into all that white people shit. I bungee jumped off the highest bungee jump bridge in America. Skydived like 7 times, and yeah, zip line, all that. I don't know if I'm like scared of anything. Oh, my fiance driving. I can't even be in a car with him. He's like the worst. He's so scary.
That's a phobia.
Yeah, damn,
It's not a phobia, but he's a terrible driver, man. And he thinks he's good.
Damn, this records, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Chelsea Lee, what is this fucking phobia that you have that you was like
Trypophobia. There you go.
called what?
Trypophobia.
What the fuck is that?
It's holes.
Trick.
What?
A phobia.
Hold on, you're afraid of holes?
Yeah, don't say it no more.
Hold on, wait. Like
Don't say it anymore.
buttholes.
No, like multiple ones. Like if you Google it, you'll see. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Hold on,
like,
no. We had
basically-
this
so
is
hold
what
on.
we potting. We potting.
So
Hold
Wait,
on.
and I want to say the other one.
You mean multiple, like a bowling ball? Will a
Who
bowling
said-
ball fuck
Yeah,
with you?
yeah,
No,
that
not
makes
a
sense.
bowling ball.
I'm just saying because I'm thinking holes, more than one hole.
Trypophobia.
Is this what we saying?
Just like imagine like a honeycomb, but it like not being a honeycomb.
Okay. Oh, this is weird. Of irregular patterns or clusters of small holes or bumps.
Stop it!
Do they,
Yo.
do they
So
got a
when-
picture of it?
Yes. So when
me
she,
see.
so when Chelsea thinks of like a honeycomb, does that bother you or not? Because they're not perfect circles.
I see if it comes up on my Instagram, I really don't like watching it.
So Chelsea doesn't like pores up close.
Yeah.
If you look at like face pores or
all
something
right,
like
he's
that.
really fucking annoying me
No,
right now.
listen. No. we gotta talk about that. We gotta talk about this.
But this shit look like a mushroom.
Hold on, what about Jamaican shirts?
No.
Or these type of stockings.
No, it's not the same
See,
thing.
that's not the same.
So what about those small?
If you go on like YouTube,
I just saw what she looked
What
like.
about
It's like
what about a screen door?
no.
no, it's she doesn't like some of the skin that would be on certain weird animals like this. Like we definitely want to put up an example so that people can see at home. But does it disgust you?
It
Or
disgusts me. It makes me itch right now. Like my skin is crawling.
just thinking about
When
it.
did you do? Well, hold on, real quick, Chelsea. I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
When did you develop this, or when did you like? At this point, was like, oh, I have this.
I don't know. I used to have like weird like.
Ooh, stop, because that makes me look weird. I don't like
look at
that. That's just disgusting. So I could just imagine how C feels,
Yo,
and I'm just like that.
if you show Chelsea
no,
that, she
don't
will
do that.
die.
Don't do that. She would. She would.
Hey yo,
horrible. All right,
if he shows
Look,
Chelsea
she's
what we
starting to
looking
trip.
at,
Nah, because that
This
shit
punk ass starting to trip all that shit
it
talking.
just looks weird. It's
yo,
not. It's not.
That's a wild
Is it a
joint.
way?
Yeah, it's a way. It's a way. I wouldn't do that to you right here on.
And I
on
don't
the
like
show.
spiders. I have like arachnophobia. It's like
Nah, but
So
you
you don't like
no.
the nigga from the Avengers? What's his name?
Who?
What's the big dude name? The big rock guy.
what's wrong with him?
I don't know who you talking about from the Avengers from.
I
You
mean,
talking about from Fantastic Four?
Endgame?
Yeah, from Fantastic Four.
Nah, she could look at that. She don't care about what the thing look like. She just thing is cool. I know what she's talking about. Look at this. Take a look at this.
Don't look at it.
That will drive her fucking.
That
nuts.
is disgusting.
Yeah, this would drive her nuts.
I
We're
don't.
gonna
that
show it
should
to y'all.
be-
We're gonna show it to y'all. We're not gonna show it to Chelsea Lee.
It
We
like
don't want
looks
her.
like if you were to have skin and like bugs were to crawl out the hole of the skin and then create those little holes. Like that's what it looks like.
Hey!
Oh,
That-
Chels.
This is why I didn't want to talk about
Can you
it.
eat waffles?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yo, this foot would destroy her
Oh
life.
my god, that's gross.
Hey yo,
that's not-
Chelsea, for the fans at home, can you look at this?
No,
What if-
she's gonna fucking.
I'm not watching this episode.
No, she will freak the fuck
Yeah,
out.
this looks nuts, y'all. I'm gonna show y'all. This thing looks fucking nuts.
Screenshot that because that's like
Yeah.
the
Yeah, no,
example.
I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted. Actually,
Right?
I'm disgusted. My
Exactly.
stomach's turning.
That's why I told them I didn't want to do this. They're rude.
Yeah, my stomach-
Holy Maloney!
yeah, that's kind of wild, yo. Yeah, that's nasty. So you basically saying that it's based off of it being disgusting.
Yeah, and I don't know how I found that I didn't like it. I just feel like I remember like maybe seeing something that had a lot of eyeballs or like in a cartoon or something. And then I was at my job years ago and I was talking to somebody like, oh, like, and they were like, oh, you have this. And then I Googled it and then I was like, I'm fucking done. I really do have it. Like, I
Wow.
never want to like,
So
ever.
so when you see a person that just has bad acne, does it so it doesn't do
it
that?
bothers me because I want to go pop they zits. Like,
That's weird that you would want to go and do that.
not
if
a
you-
stranger, but if like someone has a big like blackhead, I just want to be like, go wash your face.
That's
bro.
a woman thing where they want to just pop
They
people's
do.
pimples. It's
They
just
do.
like, yo, my girl is like the worst with
They
that
do.
I love
shit,
popping
yo.
pimples.
We just want you guys to be at your best. We want you to be at your best potential.
It's like a like
Satisfying.
yeah, it's very.
That's what she said. Y'all
Yeah.
nasty as hell, yo.
No,
Is that
because
what
it shouldn't be there. So what we want to do is we want to get rid of it.
And then once you see that it's gone, you're like, oh my God. And then you be like, you see what was inside of you?
Yeah, that's what she does. Yo, what is? Yo,
I'm like, look at that.
Yo.
And then I'll do something like this. I'll be like,
I'm wiping them. Yo, what's wrong with y'all?
I do. I wanted to say something too from what you said about the driving with your fiance. I always wanted to jet ski like my whole life. And one time I went jet skiing with somebody and I was like, please don't go fast. Like I've heard a lot of crazy things. I've seen like crazy stories, but I also didn't want to do it myself. So this guy that was like, he's like, I'm going to take you. We're not going to go fast. I promise, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, I get on the jet ski with him. We're in Miami, South Beach. There was some waves and I was yelling and I was like, please slow down. And I don't know if you guys have been on a jet ski, there's absolutely nothing to hold on to except the person in front of you. Obviously, it's soaking wet. If you got sunblock on, it's like mad oily, drippy. Wherever the person in front of you goes, you just have to go with them. So we hit a wave, and last thing I remember is like screaming, like slow down, but trying to keep my head down. And then we just hit this boom and went up. I don't remember anything for like 10 seconds. Like I hit the water. It felt like cement. I just remember like hearing the lifeguard people come out and him like all the way over there. And I'm over here. The jet ski's like on the side. And I was like, this is exactly why I didn't want to do it. Like, and the first time, and that probably was like 5-6 years ago. The first time I went on a jet ski again was this June in Miami with my friend Paola. And she let me drive first and she was on the back. So that way I was actually even comfortable because I didn't want to do it. But I also feel like if you have a bad experience and you want to be able to, maybe do it again or not be scared of it, you have to you have to do it yourself. You have to face it yourself. I didn't get in a jet ski accident because it was me being careless. It was somebody else. So I said, from now on, if I want to do it, I'm going to do it and then build that comfortability up, just like being on the plane. So we did it, and I did a little fake donut, and I will never let anybody drive me again. But I could imagine going through my whole life being super scared of ever going on a jet ski again because, like, I almost died. Like, I don't know where I went. I don't know if like I went high or like if I just like was going so fast I hit the water, but like I literally had like a big ass bruise on my side. Like I couldn't breathe. Like I was out of it. Like hitting the water going fast is just like hitting cement.
Yeah.
Did you
trauma.
Did you use the
I never spoke to him again.
Did you use the whatchamacallits when you came back on your second time with Paola to try? Did you use the whatchamacallits?
Floaties?
No, the fucking shit you said that'll help you when
The
you going through
mindset?
like trauma shit. The Funkadelics.
He said
Oh,
the
the shrooms. No, we just smoked the joint.
that was enough. It was the weed.
Yeah, we just smoked the joint. Plus,
What
I
the
was
fuck is
going
they
with
called? What
somebody
you call
who's-
them again?
Shrooms.
But the other name-
Microdose,
Psychedelics. There you
psychedelics.
go.
Fucking-
Psychedelics.
yeah,
Yeah,
there
the
you go.
psychedelics will get her through it. But Chelsea was speaking about getting hurt, and I want to segue into something. I want to talk about the whole concept of hurt people, or hurt people attract hurt people. Do you think that hurt people attract hurt people, or hurt people attract healers? And maybe in some of y'all situations, do you find that you are often in a situation where you're like a broken person and you got another broken person, or do you find yourself the healer always trying to fix somebody, or the opposite way around?
I find myself being more of like the healer majority of the time. Not all the time. I think since I've gotten older, I have like a sensitivity to like helping people. I don't want to say it's always in a relationship purpose, but I feel like when it comes to men and me, I'm always like naturally women were nurturers, right? So essentially we're always trying to like, we're gonna fix it, or oh no, we can work this out. Like mentally, that's something that we're triggered to do essentially. But for me, I would say like I'm the healer person, and then the guy might be or experience maybe someone cheating on them, or just don't trust women, or whatever the case may be. So I try to kind of like give them more of, I could say something like, not because it's hard to tell somebody like to trust you. You kind of got to gain trust, right, guys? So I'm thinking, one particular situation, I knew this person's never been in a relationship, and he always had multiple women. So I felt like he just always thinks like all these women are the same, right? He's like, oh, all these women, they be fucking niggas on the side. They do this, they do that. So he always had that stigma in his head. So like once we finally got together and he just sees like you're living with somebody. So now you kind of essentially see their day-to-day moves. Because of course, like you have time in the day to do other things.
Right.
But ultimately you're seeing that person's day-to-day process, right? So I think for me, it's just easier for me to just like kind of like don't force the situation, just to kind of like let them slowly gain the trust and then kind of do it like that. And just kind of work with them. I don't just like beat somebody in the head and just be like, oh, but if you're not going to trust me, I'm going to leave you. You know, so that's where I guess you can say like the healing part and just kind of like walking them through it or just being like, okay, I can understand why you was blowing me up that day. You felt as though whatever, just understanding that. So, but there's not too many people that can do that. You got to be like a special individual to be like that. But I do believe there's situations where like if a woman's been hurt, she kind of always goes to that same type of guy. So say if she's dealing with a guy that like abused her, she kind of still attracts that same abusive type of relationship. It happens sometimes. I just think it always depends on the scenario.
It actually happens a lot,
right?
That people end up in repetitive, like damn,
It's
every
called
person
trauma, like trauma bonding.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Trauma bonding. I never heard of that before. That makes sense.
And that's crazy. So it really, for me, I mean, I think it really can work either way then, is what we saying.
Yeah.
It can work either way, and I would agree with that, depending on like the scenarios and the actual people, because it's different strokes for different folks and different people are attracted to different things. And I think it's definitely a thing.
What are you though? What would you think you are in a relationship? The healer or the...
Or do you find like the women are trying to fix you? Like it's like, yo, Rich, rough around the edges. He's fucked up.
Trying to make him soft.
Let me try to fix him.
Nah, I've never really... I can't say that I've really like ever experienced that. I've never really dated nobody that was like kind of like just, you know, even mentally like just more focused than me. You know what I'm saying? And had to like kind of like, you know what I mean?
So you're the healer essentially.
Probably.
Well, that's what I was going to get to. For me, I would say that I'm the healer, and I would say that I kind of became that because when I was hurt, I had to self-heal. You know,
That's how I feel the same.
A lot of my trauma, a lot of my pain, a lot of the shit that I've been through in my life, even in relationships, like, you know, it was nobody really around. Like, you know, I come up, you know, my mom and dad was, you know, immigrants that came here, migrated here, tried to do their thing, whatever. It was different. I didn't have a household where I could go talk to my dad about relationships, go talk to my mom about shit. So whether I went through that or whatever type of trauma and shit I went through, I was a self-healer. And I'm not even going to say self-healer. I'm going to give credit to God. Like, you know, just God and, you know, believing in, you know, good energy, God, a, you know, higher power than me, and the universe, and just trying to remain a good person.
That's a blessing, though.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I pray every day and I give thanks every day. But because I remember being in dark days, dark moments, all kinds of shit, you know, where I had to like heal myself. I had to like time, put it like this, God and time allowed me to heal.
So it made you become that healer. You had that
it
natural...
Kinda like, I think it kind of like turned me, and I don't want to say that I'm attracted, because I don't want to say that like, you know,
you're attracted to broken people or something like that.
Yeah, and I don't want to make it seem like my prior people that I've dealt with, you know what I'm saying, was all like fucked up people, because that's not the case.
But everybody has different...
But put it like this. I'm going to say it like this, and this is the best way I can say it. I do feel as though that I'm a person, and I became a person that just always wants to pull the best out of someone.
Right.
That always wants to see when I see even an inch of potential in you, I want to try to like, you know, pull it out of you. I believe in giving people opportunities. I believe in people could change, because I've changed a lot. You know, so I believe in people changing and things of that nature. And I think that kind of like does put me in that category where someone would say, okay, well, he's a healer who may, I don't want to say that I attract, like, you know.
No, that doesn't necessarily mean that. We're just saying... We just use that as
it remind me of like in that movie. It remind me like in the movie American Gangster, if I ain't mistaken, when the mom was telling Denzel about the girl he was dating, and he was basically telling her like, you know, he likes projects. telling her son like he likes projects, like he likes things
that he can
that
fix.
he can
up.
fix,
Yep.
that he can try to fix. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Like, you know, basically trying to tell the girl almost to a certain extent, like,
You're a
she ain't
project.
have all her shit together, and her son like trying to like help
And
people.
some people really do have that as a thing because they might not feel a purpose almost if they're coming to somebody that they feel as though is complete, and you could be intimidated of somebody that you feel as though is complete. But what I did learn in life is that nobody's really complete.
No.
You know,
Right.
you know how like if you watching this at home, there's probably a woman online, a man online, whoever you like, and through the lens, they're this like perfect and complete person, and they're almost like above you in your mind. But then if you notice throughout your life, whenever you actually broke through and got with that person, you found out that they was just like you. No matter who it was, no matter how, you know, for the new generation, no matter how many followers she had, and she was so popping, you started to see the holes in her. It's the humanity in that person. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what's crazy? That 9 times out of 10, right, these people who we would say, right, are like the healers. Like somebody would look at me and hear my story and think I'm saying like, oh, I'm the ultimate healer. No, I had to heal myself. So yes, I try to like heal my friends, my loved ones, and anything
You
that I
try to
see
help.
around me. I try to help, whatever. But guess what? Most of the people like myself, right? The healers and the people who try to help everything and fuck with everything and fuck with everybody, see the best in everybody. The main thing they can't do is help themselves. The main struggle they have is not being able to help themselves because they really spread themselves thin by trying to like help so many people sometimes. So you hold on.
Go ahead.
So you really gotta like put the focus. You know, you gotta stop sometimes and really like put the focus on you. And this is why a lot of times you hear people say, check on a strong friend. Check
Sure.
on your strong friend.
That's a
Go ahead,
fact.
Chelsea. Go ahead, Chelsea.
I was gonna say, in line with what you're saying, that sometimes you might not be a person who wants to fix people or want to be a healer with people. Sometimes you're just a certain person that attracts, like someone could see something in you and trigger and be like, okay, Porta's a strong guy. I like a strong type of guy because I might know that I lack that in my life. That doesn't mean that you have to be a fixer. That just might mean that like if you end up being with 2 girls who are maybe I don't want to say weak-minded, but maybe they're just more of a demure type of person, and they know you're more of a type of person that likes to handle shit. You'll get up in people's face. They might see that as, you know, being something that can contribute to them, not in a bad manner, not in a manner where it's like, you know, oh, he has to fix me, but you might have a trait that someone else doesn't have, and they're attracted to that in you. So you might be bringing that out of somebody when you can show somebody how to stand up for themselves more.
That might be why a person plays that role most of the time. And that's how I feel like it is with me. Because like you said, check on the strong friend. Because that is a lot of times, if you're the person that people think is the go-to guy, a lot of times people won't check on you because they figure
You're
he
okay.
got it already like handled. You already know bro gonna be straight. You know he got it figured out. And it could also make it in multiple relationships. It could be friendships, business relationships, where the other person doesn't worry or put forth certain efforts because they like, I know that he gonna win it for us. He got it. He gonna handle it. You know what I'm saying?
It's really an amazing discussion because of the different layers that we can get into it and the different ways that it can go. Because you guys spoke earlier about the hurt being attracted to the hurt, which is a different way it could go. And it exists. It happens where people repetitively, not consciously, probably knowing, fiend and ask for the same shit over and over again.
Because
Right?
that's all they know.
Right.
Right.
That's
Then-
how people sometimes their relationships are volatile. Like
Right.
if you and 3 of your boyfriends, right, have relationships where y'all punch each other.
Yeah.
It's something going on there. It's something that that you don't realize subconsciously that you're putting yourself in there.
Right.
And sometimes it's the only way that person knows how to resolve issues. That's why in an abusive type situation, if I'm with a girl and they punch on me, the whole situation is done. For me, it's done. immediately, because normally sometimes that's their only way of knowing how to communicate. Some of them think if the relationship don't got all that drama and us like beating each other up and then fucking afterwards,
It's
we
not
don't love
real.
each other the
Yeah.
same. In their mind, that's what the ride or die is. Like, even after he beat my ass,
I'm still here.
we fucked it. We fuck it off, and then
That's too much.
yeah, you know
But
what
a
I'm
lot
saying?
of, I think, just to kind of like, bring it home a little bit, it's just we need to understand when we're in these relationships sometimes, we kind of got to like, check ourselves. Because I feel like we don't do that too. You get what I'm saying? We don't check ourselves. We always think like, oh, well, that person was hurt and they was this. And it was like, that might have been the case.
That's real.
But like, let's check ourselves and be like, okay, how did we contribute to that?
It's crazy that you say check yourself, because another way that I wanted to mention again on this topic that we're talking about is it can be a scenario where it can be a healer and a healer, and that might not work. You know what I mean? It could work because they both like just trying to bring the best out of each other, but it could clash. You could have someone that's like feeling the way because they are that person, and they might not want nobody telling them what they need to do, or what they
in
may
that
see
case,
in them.
I would feel like that person ain't really a healer. If you know what I mean, like now that Rich says that,
If you can't take
They're
it,
controller.
correct, that would become more of a person that's a controller. Because if the two people is really there to just be like, yo, I want to see you, Bill. I want to see you,
Right,
Bill.
right,
Y'all
right,
just going back
right.
and forth tennis. Yo, she popping right now. Now I'm popping.
Yeah.
Now that's a beautiful thing. But if it is a thing where a dude gotta feel like, when we talked about money situations before, it might be, I need to be the nigga with the money.
Yeah.
I need to be the one that
She
supplies
can't.
that. Right. Then
Right.
that's different. He's looking for somebody to be below him in a sense, so that he could be what Wiley said, control it. So it does get interesting with all of those situations.
I think that's a thing where like people will be like, it's certain people like me, for instance. I'm not going to turn down any good information. I'm not going to turn down any love, any considerate concern you got for me. And I feel as though that's why I'm not a person that'll be like that. But you got some people that will be like, no, let me take care of myself. Let me fix myself. Nigga, I change when I change. And that's like, to me, like I guess you only rely on self-healing then. No one else can give you any information or anything, to a certain extent.
Right.
Yeah.
But also, y'all, make sure that y'all go to the Devinwade Show.com and make sure you get that Devin Wade merch and that Devin Wade artwork. Matter of fact, Sin, can you grab that
coming,
Black
it's coming.
Panther there right there and
It's
bring it
coming.
over to the people?
Ooh.
You can on our site, you can go and get artwork done by me as well on the
Heavy.
site, available right now on the site, and you can get our clothing, anything Devin Wade related. If you want
It's
to,
fire.
you know what I mean, show support for the squad. That's the Devinwadeshow.com, like Pornhub.
Go ahead, go
Bang
get
Bros,
that,
you know
man.
what I'm
Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman, man. Make sure y'all come get this Black Panther, man.
Yeah.
For the crib, man.
saying? Make sure y'all do that, and let's bring the motherfucking wheel out, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is good. What's this right here, Wally?
That's actually that mix right there. I don't know what alcohol they put in there, but that's a pineapple mango mix. That mixer is bomb.
They put
With a little Casamigos.
with some tequila. So we Dev gonna be a little lit tonight. Connie, just beware. I don't know what type of fuel this gonna fire.
and to all the companies out there, get at us because we're about to stop giving these free shout outs
No,
out.
that's a fact. Y'all, we need free liquor.
Get at us.
Angelina
ASAP.
is back, you know what I'm saying, and we're gonna let her spin that wheel. Matter of fact, let's get that handheld L's, you know what I'm saying? Let's get that thing on the handheld,
She
baby.
back. That
You know?
cook crack. 80s crack is back.
Let's see what we got.
Oh, it was almost a shot break.
What's that?
Never speak your mind or always say what you're thinking.
So to not be able to speak your mind ever, or always gotta say what you're thinking.
I
So
would
that-
have to not speak my mind because sometimes I just be like blurting out shit and people really wouldn't like me
No, I would have to.
because I'd have to think because sometimes our subconscious, you know how we judge without knowing.
Yeah.
I have all these things going in my head. If I do the your dad. I know y'all follow me on Instagram. I'd be like, your dad. Like, I do all this shit. Some people might take that offensively. So I'd rather just not say anything and people will still like me.
I agree with Chelsea. I will 100% rather not be able to speak my mind, because just imagine you walking down the street and you just like, damn, she got a fat ass. You got a fat ass. Damn, look at them titties. And you like just random shit like, he's just a bitch ass nigga. You just picking out everything. That's an ugly ass shirt.
Yeah.
That's like Tourette's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna choose speaking my mind because there's too much shit that goes on that you're not gonna be able to say nothing about. Niggas can slap you in your neck. You can what? You gotta stay shut. Nah, bitch, slap me again. You gonna get fucked up.
I'm gonna choose the same. I'm gonna choose speaking my mind. Because
No, Wally's a pervert, so Wally gonna be walking around. Damn, he got a big ass dick. Yo,
I know, but that's gonna come with it. That's when we picking that, they come with it.
Nah,
We gonna be walking. I'm gonna be walking past you like that ass so motherfucking fat.
And with the facial expression, it's gonna be horrible.
Oh my God, man.
Let's
Get another spin on that wheel, man.
I have to get a lot of Botox.
Come on.
Hey, yo, straight cheating. You see how we do.
Go to work, bitch. Go to work, bitch. Go to work, bitch. Go to work, bitch.
Yo, this has been another episode of the Devinwade Show. For myself, for Alaska D, for Puerto Rich, for L, for motherfucking the Nasty Girls, and for Chelsea Lee, man. We up out of this motherfucker, man.
Bitches living with their mama in a halfway house. Girl, you halfway